It's 1:02 in the afternoon here in the UK, and I'm at Croydon Radio. My name is Gill, and I'm covering for Glenn Lawrence, who's taken a few weeks' leave of absence over the Christmas season, and that's fine. Just gives me a bit of extra work, really, doesn't it? Coming up at 1:15, I've got a new guest in the shape of Mr. Grimez, who wears a mask, so I don't know what he looks like. So that's going to be an interesting one, but he's a poet warrior. But in the meantime, welcome you back to the second hour of Workers' Playtime. And if you just tuned in, lovely to see you. Coming up shortly, we're going to have an interview. But before I go and fetch my guest from the cafe, I'm going to play you a piece by Mr. Grimez. It's called The Steam.
Yes, once again, Mr. Grimez, a poet warrior. SC25 2015. Here we go. Ha! I'm writing this poem in 2013. You hear this in the future. I had to let off some steam. Never let people's bull crap restrict. So I move with invincibility. See past holograms. It's clear to see the nonsense. Back to school, social media contests. Popularity game, get your numbers. Superficial mentality, a poisonous consciousness. London BS becomes the international virus. So protect your town, it's contagious. Meanwhile the industry turns more outrageous. Stormtroopers, lock up your speech with the word cages. Demons, pull out the red tape, so we had to hit them with the vapors. Hit them with the vapors and had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. You want the Disney talk? Go somewhere else. Don't you know too much Mickey Mouse is bad for your health? You can't damage my career by operating into stealth mode. Get that into your thick skull. Wake up and smell the curry goat. Take that negative crap back to South Croydon. Why ruin a friendship? Oh, so you wanna make it crystal clear you were my enemy. Sorry, you no longer exist in my reality. This situation will fade to black like Scorpion's annihilation fatality. You're obsessed with the past, get some help to deal with that insanity. You really do need it. You are crazy, man. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Big hairy beast with the malicious intent. Get out of here or deal with the vapors. It's a one-way trip to hell or limbo. Let the dark side rest. There's no need to form a gang of stress. Automated messages with no answers. Get vaporized with the power of 13. It's awful that some folks be masturbating to Britain's got talent. Getting high on X Factor. Leaving success in Simon Cowell's hands. No disrespect to him, but where's your balls, man? To create music without the industry raping your style. Reality TV shows have raped your mind. Planting the seed, giving birth to false beliefs. With a stink-ass attitude, like your uncle's feet. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. So typical, spitting lies, the type of lies that get you killed. I'm not saving your ass, You want to destroy everything in your environment and take others down with you? Innocent people in coffins because of stupidity. I had to let off some steam, tell it like it is. Abusing men, women and children. You're truly sick because the power is your stimulus. You're the manager of the company, but you've got no respect for yourself or other beings. Your mental condition needs healing. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes. Hit them with the vapors, I had to let off some steam. I ain't got time for your scams and schemes.
Playing the freshest new music from Croydon and around the world. We love new music on Croydon Radio.
Yes, we do love new music. And I now have sitting before me the lovely Mr. Grimez. Welcome back to Croydon Radio.
Thank you and good afternoon. It's good to be back.
It's been too long by the sounds of it. The last time was January, you're telling me.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm glad you came back, and I'm glad it's to talk to me, because I wasn't aware of your work, but I'm a huge fan of spoken word, and I absolutely adored that track we just played, The Steam. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's wicked. And so do you work with other people, production people, or is this all your own work, everything?
Well, actually, obviously the poetry is mine, but this was a collaboration with Rob Knowles, Audio 287. I actually met him at an open mic because he hosted an open mic in the Hellenham, and now he does the Red Cow. So he was like, yeah, come and, do a collaboration. So I visited him all the way in Surrey, and then we just did it. So,
You're not that far from Surrey. You're a Croydon boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. But boy, it
felt a long way.
It felt a long way, but it was cool. We got along, and we just did like an EP, which was known as The Steam, which is the title track. So we did Raw Technique, we did Facebook Healer, and Supreme Warrior Mode.
Well, I have to say, I am a huge fan, having now listened to that track. I think it's beautiful production. It's very subtle. It captures you nicely, and it really reflects your lyrics. And I love your lyrics. I love what you're saying. So spoken word, how did you get into that?
Okay, so let me rewind.
Okay.
I know I've said this 100 times.
Don't
but
worry.
I'll say
Not to me, you haven't.
I'll give the short version in a way, but I started at the age of 14 just writing lyrics, messing around, and then over the years it got more serious, and I was just basically crafting my style. I think what happens is when you get to a point where people are saying, yeah, you got to sound like this person, be like this person, you start to say, screw it, let me be my own person and write what I want to write. Because I originally done like a hip-hop album. I say it's more poetry in my personal opinion, but with hip-hop, there's always politics of it's got to sound like this, it's got to flow like this. And artists nowadays, they're not really being themselves in terms of their flow. So with me, my style is very much based on science fiction, manga, all kinds of stuff, crazy stuff. Yeah.
Fantasy boy.
Yeah, that's right. But there's also that reality in it as well.
Yeah. Well, you can hear the references, the reality reference. We were just laughing about your reference to Simon Cowell there for a second, weren't we? Because, having watched that terrible X Factor final last night and the foregone conclusions and the fact that this poor 17-year-old kid, yes, she's won, but she will never develop into anything other than what she is today.
Yeah.
Whereas, like you talk about, not kowtowing to rules and frameworks.
Yes.
Your music and your work will always move on and develop with any luck.
Yes. And I think it's very important that artists who are coming up and trying to get their name out there is just stay true to yourself. Because as you see with X Factor, it's all hype. And, they win a record deal, etc. But where's the development? They get someone new next year, then it's that focus of that person, then that person. And usually they end up being a presenter. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But it's true. They become reality stars rather than pop stars.
Yeah, and it's a waste of talent because they might have a really great voice, but they're not, pushed to that level themselves, or they develop themselves.
But it's interesting because, we'll get away from X Factor in it, but you're right, it's like it takes them a year to get an album out, which is ridiculously slow in this day and age.
Yeah.
it maybe does okay, and then they disappear. And so actually, I think it kind of almost ruins a lot of careers. There's been very few that have had staying power.
Yes, that's right.
Anyway, we continue with your power. Now, you call yourself Mr. Grimez, the poet warrior. I love that description. And your photograph, you're wearing a mask. I take it you take that off when you actually spit your rhymes.
Well, actually, I usually have the mask on. So,
I was hoping
yeah.
I'd recognise you.
Yeah. I know it wouldn't have been looking good coming in here in Matthew's yard and having a mask on. People like,
yeah, you know
get
what?
the police.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
But some people don't understand that, and they actually think you're some crazy person, like a terrorist or something, which is kind of similar to my comic book concept, but that's another story. But it's really interesting because when people see you with a mask, they don't understand it's a character and it's part of the style.
Yeah.
They just look at you, some people, not everyone, but they just look at you like, wow, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're really scared. They think you're from a horror movie or something. I'm like, no.
You're all lovely underneath. But it says here that your mission is to defeat the Hyperion menace who have caused a mass distortion on planet Earth. Hyperions feed off negative energy in order to survive. Who are these Hyperion menaces then?
Hyperons is basically part of my comic book concept where it's like parasite entities that basically manipulate our reality, through war, through propaganda, through negativity. And that's the energy that they feed on. So my character and the warriors that he rolls with, their mission is to defeat them. But obviously it's not straightforward.
So it's quite allegorical, really, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's very interesting. And you say that you're very influenced by fantasy in terms of like things like manga and that sort of cartoon style of drawing. Have you actually been an artist yourself on that level?
Back in school, yes, I did a little bit of artwork, but I never developed that. So other people usually, I say to them, do it this way, and then they get the concept and they do it. So it's good to have different styles of, illustration. I think it's better that way anyway, but I just do like the writing and stuff like that.
So now listen, would it be cheeky if I was asked you to do a bit of freestyling now? Have you got something you could spit for me, or is that a bit pushing it a bit? I'd love you to if you've got something.
I'm not a rapper, but...
Well, you know what I'm saying. One of your poems.
I could try and do something.
With no naughty words in it, if possible.
No naughty words, okay.
If it's possible. Little section.
Okay, I'll try and do like maybe a little bit of a medley, maybe.
That would be great. Go ahead.
Let me try this.
The floor is yours. Mr. Grimez, my poet warrior.
Excellent. All right. Choose wisely. Never jump before you walk. Choose wisely. Never jump before you walk. Choose wisely. Croydon, never jump before you walk. Choose wisely. Advanced setting. Switch it up and use the raw method. Advanced setting. Switch it up and use the raw method. It's about speaking your mind before others speak it for you. Represent your truth. Don't let people put you in a box. You got to think out of that box. Truth is that you can achieve anything that you want. But other people, they want to parasite off you, make you feel insecure. You got to keep it pure with your talent. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. On this everyday thing, it's strolling. Like you're walking your dog, feeling good about yourself. As I do my thing, it's psychedelic. People, they want to trust me. I don't trust them. Never put the labels on someone else before they put it on me. It's that mind cocaine. And the industry wants to pretend to be friendly, radio friendly. Transform this medley into an a cappella. Poetry, it gets deep inside of you. Bring the poetry raw to the people, the nation. We feel good about ourselves. They want to damage your mental health with that toxic energy. But you know what? I'm that true entity of positive energy. Uplift your spirit, keep it super real.
Fantastic. Well done to an audience of one in the studio, but many out on the internet. Thank you. That was great. And I did put you on the spot there, but I figured you're a pro, so you can handle it. So now look, you got some gigs coming up. I see you've got the Old Moot House in Kingston.
Actually, let me correct that.
Okay,
it is the Cricketers, and that is in Kingston.
Right.
So that will be on New Year's Eve.
Ah, okay, great.
Yes.
And then there's a gig in East Dulwich. When's that happening?
East Dulwich.
EDT in East Dulwich?
Oh, no, that was further on this year.
Ah, okay. So this is the old list we're looking at.
This is the old list.
So the next one to look out for basically is the New Year's Eve at the Cricketers.
Yes,
and
in
that's
Kingston.
in Kingston. Okay,
Yes.
and that's going to be like a bunch of other people like yourself. Freestyling their poems and talking, and what else is happening?
Actually, it's going to be a variation of different other people,
Okay.
probably musicians. My friend Unique Technique, he should be there as well performing. So he's a rapper. So and then,
Great.
actually, sorry, I should say he's an MC.
MC, beg your
Yes,
pardon. We
yes.
apologise.
Yes, sorry, Technique. You're an MC. I make
Now,
sure.
where can people find your work? What's the best way? Have you got a YouTube channel?
Yes, you can actually type me in under Mr. Grimes, the Poet Warrior, and it'll come up. It's a bit of a long title because I used to be called Mr. Grimes, the Anti-Hero. So just type in Mr. Grimes, the Poet Warrior, and you'll find me. You can also find me on Facebook, which is Mr. Grimes Official,
Okay.
and also Mr. Grimes Real on Twitter.
Fantastic.
Yes, and you can find me on DeviantArt as well. You can't miss me. I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I was scared about. You know, I was like, oh my goodness. Thought I was going to have to come and look for you in the crowds in the cafe, but you came to the door. Listen, it was a great pleasure to meet you and to
Excellent.
hear your work. And many congratulations. And I hope lots more to follow in the new year. Keep us posted. And wish you a pleasant Christmas and a fantastic new year.
And thank you, Croydon Radio, for the support. Year of the Golden Mask, it continues. F the beef, increase the peace.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Like that.